Some of the greatest heroes we have are the men and women of our military. And right here in our backyard, we have an amazing place called Joint Base McGuire, Dix Lakehurst. We're here now. We're getting some incredible access to the facilities and some of the great heroes who make things happen here. So let's go meet them. We're with Lieutenant Colonel Paula Cottrell, Commander 87th Force Support Squadron. Thank you so much for taking some time.
You're welcome.
So tell us what you do, and tell us what people need to know about your job here.
All right. Well, I am as you said, the commander of the Force Support Squadron. Our squadron has about 900 military and civilian and about 500 contractors, and we provide support for the base personnel by means of civilian and military human resource and manpower management. We offer services for professional development and educational development. We do casualty and mortuary services. We have all of the food, lodging, and fitness facilities on the location. In addition, we have your recreational activities like the morale and welfare, bowling, golf, and outdoor sports. We also do child and youth programs to include daycare and youth sports. And in addition to that, we have a financial flight who takes care of all of our money for us, and in the marketing section who does all of the advertising for all of our activities as well.
That's a lot of stuff and a lot of coordination, especially in the fact that some people you work with are military and some are not.
Absolutely. We have majority of our personnel in my squadron are civilian, only about 100 are military. So it's a big civilian force in the Force Support Squadron.
Now there are so many people who are so appreciative and supportive of what goes on here and what you do. What message would you like to give them? Because they want to show as much support as they can. What would you want to say to the people who want to support you more?
Well, first I'd say thank you, because we can't do what we do without the support of the civilian sector. So absolutely, first say thank you. And if they're interested in getting more involved, I would encourage them to look into the volunteer organizations in the community, USO, for example, or the Burlington Military Affairs Committee. There's lots of local organizations that show their support through us, through the base. I would encourage them to get involved, put a sign in their window, let them know they support the military, and we're more apt to come to that facility if there's somebody beside them that doesn't have the sign supporting the troops. So,
is there something that you would want people outside the base to know goes on here at the base? Because we're so proud of all the work that you do here, and a lot of times we don't even really know what goes on behind the scenes. So there's some sort of like peek into what goes on here that you'd like everyone to know about that happens here.
Well, for my unit, I think the thing that most people might not be aware of is that all of the activities that I mentioned before that we offer, it's almost like a little village inside the gate where we're the support of all of those flying missions that you have on the flight line and all the maintainers that are taking care of the airplanes. I find it interesting that my squadron really supports all those individuals through the feeding and the fitness centers, taking care of their children, every day and getting them into youth sports. So I guess just that the behind the scenes that we do is actually the care and providing of for the families as well of the military members that work here on the base.
So are you excited about the upcoming air show?
Absolutely. Every 2 years, I believe they have them, and this one should be great, just like all the rest. I think it's a great opportunity for personnel who aren't familiar with air power to come in, see static displays, aerial displays, and lots of other things that are set around the hangars, just to get an experience of kind of a peek under the tent of what it's like for military life. So yes, absolutely looking forward to the air show this year.
Tell us a little something about you. Give us a little background on how you got here.
I've been in almost 26 years. I started out as an enlisted airman doing vehicle maintenance and commissioned in 2002, and then just been plugging along as a force support officer ever since 2002. Was fortunate enough to be offered a command job here at Joint Base McGuire, Dix Lakehurst. Jumped at the opportunity, and I've been here for a little over a year.
And if there are kids out there watching, thinking in the back of their mind that they would love to serve, what would you say to the kids?
I would tell them to absolutely do it. It's a great way of life. It's an honorable profession to serve your country. There's learning experiences and travel experiences and opportunities that you just don't always get on the outside. But serving your country is amazing, and I would definitely recommend that they do it.
Lieutenant Colonel Paula Cottrell, Commander 87th Force Support Squadron, thank you so much for all that you do for all of us, and thanks for taking the time.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for having me today. I appreciate it.